Indianapolis Motor Speedway. This is an RTV6 News special. Trackside 6.
Trackside 6 live at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. You just saw the 5th annual IndyCar Grand Prix right here on the 6 at ABC. And, of course, a big win for Will Power, his third here. Picked up his third pole yesterday. We're going to hear from Will momentarily. Scott Dixon is also here. Somehow started 18th and finished second.
Oh, you want me?
We could write a book on this race for you, man.
Yeah, it was cool. You know, definitely huge credit to everybody on the PNC Bank team. We just had mega speed. You know, we pitted early. We had to get the fuel mileage. Honda did a good job on that. But I think at that one point on that first segment, we were 2 seconds a lap quicker than anybody, and we jumped that whole pack of 10. So big race for us, big weekend. We started so crappy. It was nice to turn it around. And our first podium of the year, man, which is a little old for us. So, you know, it's good to be back on the podium, and hopefully we can have one spot better come a couple of weeks.
I was going to say, that just might be the warm-up after what happens for the 102nd running of the Indy 500. You got to go because the victory celebration continues.
I want to talk to you, though.
Well, can you come back and talk to us?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, all right, come back. Do your thing. All of these guys are going to do their thing. Will Power, the champion today, he might be feeling a little under the weather. I saw him take on a lot of fluids and a lot of water. Unexpectedly hot, but not unexpectedly because we all saw the weather forecast. But you could tell he was feeling it inside the car when he climbed out. A little heat exhaustion perhaps, but it looks like he's a little bit better after a cold, wet towel and a couple of bottles of water as well. I'll tell you what, Paul Chiodo, our photographer, why don't we hop on the other side of Victory Podium here and continue this celebration. Come on this side, yeah. And we can see all the people below us, because what they've done here is allowed fans to actually walk onto the track. Paul, you got a shot of that? They're actually walking onto the track, which, let's face it, this is the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. That doesn't happen a lot. And then all the fans have gathered here below Victory Podium, giving us a big wave. You guys have fun today? All right, all right. You know, are you coming back for the Indy 500? Yes, they are. Okay, so I'm going to step out of the way because the victory celebration is now underway up here, and Robert Wickens, who did a great job today and led some laps as well until he went to those primary blacks, which just aren't as quick as the alternate reds, and that's where Will Power was able to get around it. But I'm telling you what, if you don't know who Robert Wickens is and you're a racing fan, I guarantee you will know him in the next couple of months, and heck, maybe even a couple weeks when we run the 102nd running of the Indianapolis 500. Technically, he's a rookie, but he grew up with James Hinchcliffe. Those two go back years back in Canada. Thought he was going to be a Formula One guy. Didn't work out. We all know, as we've watched Formula One races here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for years, we know how political F1 can get. So that path to stardom in that series never happened. But it did happen in a touring series overseas, and then on a bit of a one-off, he had a practice with Schmidt-Peterson Motorsports at Road America last year, Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin, and things just clicked. And it was a sign of things to come between that team and Robert Wickens. And now all of a sudden here he is full-time in that 6th machine at Lucas Oil Honda for Schmidt-Peterson Motorsports. So as mentioned, Robert Wickens was third. Scott Dixon, 4-time Verizon IndyCar champion, he came home second on a tremendous fuel-saving expedition for this team. Somehow they were able to hit their fuel numbers in the end, and the Wolfpack, as they call them, that's the crew that changes the tires and services the car each and every week. They did a tremendous job on that final pit stop. So all of a sudden, Scott Dixon is here. By the way, it's been 10 years since he won the Indy 500 back in 2008. So perhaps it's an omen of things to come for Scott. And now you're taking a look at Will Power accept the trophy as the champion for the 3rd time in the Verizon IndyCar Series IndyCar Grand Prix. And oh, by the way, not only is it a win for Will, not only is it a win for John Booselaw, who called the shots for the 12 car here today and will do so again in the Indy 500, but this is Roger Penske's 200th win overall. We're talking NASCAR. We're talking all forms of motorsports. Roger Penske has saw victory lane at the top of that podium 200 times. So that is a huge, huge deal for the team. Tim Cindric, who of course is the president of Team Penske, he's on hand. He was helping call the shots of Joseph Newgarden. Joseph, as we saw earlier here on RTV6 and ABC, he was a top 5. But had a spin late in the race that brought out that final caution, and that really jumbled up this race. All of a sudden, everybody pitted earlier than they thought they would, and that caused everyone to go into fuel consumption mode. Paid off, though, for a couple of guys that are used to doing just that, in Scott Dixon and Will Power. We got the hat dance going on right now. Eventually, we will get to the champagne as the celebration continues. I heard from a bunch of guys right after the race, a bunch of drivers after the race. They were all asked, at what point do you start thinking about the Indy 500? And they said, pretty much on the cool down lap today. So they're not wasting any time. Yes, these three will celebrate this here. And oh, by the way, they will continue to celebrate this at an Indy Family Foundation event, a fundraiser at Char Blue. By the way, tickets are still available for that. So if you're interested in joining us for that tonight, it all starts at 8 o'clock. Again, Char Blue downtown is a fundraiser for the Indy Family Foundation, the benevolent fund for racing, not just IndyCar racing, but also NASCAR, USAC, midget sprints. They do a lot of great work for a lot of great people. Okay, so where are we? We're in the manufacturer hats, and now we get to the Jostens rings. Oh, I see the champagne. Okay, so we're close to that. Huge bottles of Corbel Brut champagne. So we're going to get to that in a second as soon as the folks at Jostens get the ring presentations out of the way. And they will do so again in just a couple of weeks for the 102nd running of the Indianapolis 500. Yes, this is a big points-paying race for these guys. Yes, they're also thinking about championships, but at its heart, it's still a win at the world's greatest race course, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Okay, so the rings are, yep, we got those. We got the names on the box, so everybody sees that. These are photos, by the way, that we'll be seeing for days to come. Certainly the folks with the various sponsors will use these for their promotional items throughout the course of time. And now we're getting to the car sponsors. This will be the last hat, I believe, and then we'll get to the champagne, and then we'll get to some interviews with the winner, Will Power again, Scott Dixon coming home second. And let's see, there we go. And the fans still continue to walk in on the front stretch. And there's the champagne. The celebration now in its earnest to celebrate opening weekend at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Will Power, I think he's recovered from the heat exhaustion. Although I'm not sure a big slug of champagne is what he needs at this point, but regardless, something that they will enjoy for the rest of the evening, the rest of the weekend. These teams, no track activity tomorrow or Monday, but that doesn't mean the race teams aren't going to be working hard. They're going to be changing out these cars to get ready for the ovals. And oh, by the way, Scott, don't go anywhere. You promised you were going to come back. All right, hang tight, guys. Congratulations, Will Power. First of all, how are you feeling? You feeling better?
Yeah. I just had a big drink, so I feel a lot better. I forgot to drink before the race and then didn't drink in the race. I was just super dehydrated. Yeah.
Fuel consumption. If anybody can do it, it's you and Scott Dixon. But that number was pretty hard to hit at the end, wasn't it?
It was a big number for us. Yeah. had to be very lean on the map and
very judicious about it.
Also on the thing, but I was pushing as hard as I possibly could in the corners.
200th career win for your boss, Roger Penske. How big is that?
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, it just shows the quality of the team, and Roger's desire to win. He's still got it. He's still going hard, and he loves it. Goes to every race. So, yeah, it's fantastic to drive for him.
Is there like an incentive if you win number 200 for him?
Well,
there ought to be.
He should give me a car or something. See? Ferrari. That'd be nice. Ask for a house.
Scott Dixon says, ask for a house. Yeah. Hey, congratulations, man. Enjoy the couple of days off. We'll see you Tuesday back on the Oval. Oh, look at the ring. Very nicely done. That's his third one of those bad boys, too. So,
championship ring. And
well, Dixon is ready to go. Yeah, exactly. All right, Scott Dixon is here. All right, so pick us up here. Started 18th. Big change or not so big change for the car overnight? Because obviously you changed a little bit because that car was night and day from what you guys had yesterday.
We changed a ton, man, from Friday to second practice to qualifying and then back for the warm-up a little bit. And then even between the warm-up and the race, we kind of grabbed as many of the good things as possible, had a combination, and it seemed to be pretty good. So the race car was fast. I think just that one segment, as I said before, we just reeled in the leaders and were able to make the most of it. And then obviously that caution at the end helped us a little bit. But yeah, good result for us. 18th to second, can't complain.
Your pit crew is known as the Wolfpack. They are really good. They've been really good this season.
Yeah, it's a great group of guys and girls. Kate does a fantastic job. But
engineer Kate.
Yeah, exactly. But our whole group they're very strong. We've had a little bit of a rough start and maybe missed some areas that we shouldn't have and should know better as the size of the team that we once were. But you got to roll with the punches, and today is one of those days where you learn a lot. You learn a lot over the weekend that hopefully we can apply for the rest of the road courses throughout the season.
Have a great night tonight. Are you going to the gala tonight, IndyCar Gala?
I don't know. I guess we.
Yes, you are.
I think we have to.
We'll see you tonight.
So yeah.
We don't have to. We want to.
Of course, man. I'm tired. I'm ready to have a drink.
Well, we can probably take care of that tonight.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll see you there in my suit.
Have a great night. Okay. Congratulations, Scott Dixon, and a big points boost as well for Dixie. Hoping to catch up with Robert Wickens. He's already taken off, but guess who is still here? Roger Penske is in the middle of all this as they brought out win number 200 hats. And so we hope to hear from Roger Penske coming up here live on RTV6. What do you guys think? Time for a break back in the booth? All right, let's take a quick break. Back with so much more as we wrap up this 5th annual IndyCar Grand Prix. Will Power taking the checkered flag once again, 3rd time in his career here, 33rd in his career. The celebration has only just begun. Back with so much more on this RTV6 News Special, Trackside 6, live from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Checkers and rallies. Fast foodies know the deal.
Well, the photo opportunities continue here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Roger Penske with his 200th career win. Will Power with his 3rd win in the IndyCar Grand Prix. And perhaps that's a sign of things to come for the 102nd running of the Indy 500. Qualifying, by the way, poll day a week from tomorrow here, and then in 2 weeks we'll be talking about the winner of the Indy 500. We hope to hear from Roger Penske. Before that, though, let's kick it downstairs. Brad Brown and our driver analyst Tony Kanaan, who just got off the racetrack, they join us on pit road. Hi, guys.
Hey, Dave. Good evening. Trackside indeed. Tony Kanaan joining us here. 14th place for the 14 car today. You guys had to fight like mad to get to 14th. How much work was that kind of really from the start for you guys?
Yeah, Brett, I think for us we shot ourselves in the foot. We had a car to finish in the top 7. We had a different tire strategy. We went to blacks when people went to reds, but we recovered from that, and having a 30-second pit stop doesn't help. So we have to address that. I'm going to apologize to the viewers that I'm not in my better mood. I'm always really happy and upbeat. You guys don't deserve that, but it was a bad day for us, and it worries me because we have an extremely fast car. We had a fast car today. We have a fast car for the 500, but we have 10 pit stops to do. Yeah. And if we take 30 seconds on each one of them, we're going to go 15 laps down. So I have a lot of things to address tonight.
This is one of those things that I know it's the 5th race of the season, but just working through, being kind of a new guy with a new team and stuff, or is this something you really hope to have sorted out by now?
No, this is part of it. Yeah. It's frustrating because our mentality, we have winners mentality, right?
Yeah.
We want to win. And then, you know, when you're putting the pieces of the puzzle together, there are a couple people that you have to replace. There are a couple people that you have to move around. You have to figure out to make the best out of people. And unfortunately, we're still struggling with that. But we'll make changes and we'll come back stronger.
Okay, hang tight. Are we going back to Dave? I think Dave's got another guest for us.
Real quickly, wanted to catch up with Roger Penske. Congratulations, win number 200. This is a milestone.
Well, I'll tell you, when I came back here in '51 with my dad, as a young guy, I never realized that we'd have 200 victories at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. So, great day for the team. Millions of hours by our team members and such great drivers, our sponsors, and to have Verizon bring home with Will Power was something special today.
Will had that fuel number to hit, and by God, he hit it. You know.
Well, I guess when you look at fuel economy, it looked like the Hondas and the Chevys were pretty good, but we felt real good about the day and gives us great momentum going into the big race.
Last thing, you were back on the pit stand with Elio Castroneves. You got 4 now for the Indy 500. How's Elio? Is he good to go? It looked like he was as comfortable as ever coming back to the Speedway.
He did a great job today, and I tell you, to me, he's going to be somebody they got to beat on Sunday.
No question about it. Let you get back to it. Congratulations.
Thanks.
We'll see you in a couple weeks.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
All right, great to see Roger Penske, Tim Cindric as well. John Buslog will help call the race for Will Power. All got it done. Let's go back down. Brad Brown, Tony Kanaan standing by. Sorry to interrupt, but when Roger says, hey, either now or never, then we got to go with that.
All right, there aren't many, Dave, but we'll give you that one with the captain right there as we continue with Tony Kanaan down here trackside. What's kind of your big takeaway from these couple of days? I know it's kind of a full reset over the next 48 hours to get ready for practice on Tuesday, but kind of take away a positive from a couple days here.
The positive is we finished the race. We went to the pit stops. We have, you know, we're in the momentum. The guys are all working, and we're building the momentum for the 500. Look at this place, the fans here. It's always a great event. So the positive is on Tuesday, we'll start running the other way around.
Go fast and turn left. All right, hang tight. Tony Kanaan will be back here with us. We'll take another break as we continue here live from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, this RTV6 Trackside Special after the IndyCar Grand Prix.
Sunday only at Ashley Home Store.
Back here live at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, Brad Brown, trackside with driver analyst Tony Kanaan as we are wrapping up, winding down the post-race festivities here at the IndyCar Grand Prix. This track invasion thing at the end of this has turned into quite the deal the last couple of years.
It's quite funny, right? Especially that we're sitting here and people are like screaming my name, and I think it's cool. It's cool for the fans. Again, look at the kids. The kids are all like looking at the wall, touching
Shay,
the
if you want
soft
to pan
wall,
right,
you know.
Yeah, photographer Shay, good pass. I've been pan over there. I mean, there's literally a couple thousand fans, maybe more, 3,000-4,000 fans over there. Hi, everybody. There they are, hanging out here for post-race, getting a chance to be down around the yard.
This is pretty cool.
Get their own little taste of history right here. This is great. These fans will be back for the 500 in a couple weeks as well.
You know, I think Doug Bowles was here.
Yeah.
And then I said, when I win this thing at the end of the month, it's going to be a track invasion of 250,000 people. So.
You heard it here on Channel 6. 250,000 track invasion on the 27th. That'll be good. When you guys get to these first couple days of practice coming up on Tuesday, Wednesday, what's going to be the focus of this, particularly with the new car out there?
First day, shakedown.
Yeah.
It's a new car. We're not going to race the same cars. We all have super speedway cars that everybody's been massaging and doing this different things, this mojos, car names. And so a little slow day. Shakedown. We run until like 3 o'clock, and then they're going to let the refreshments again.
Yep.
So it'll be a slow. Wednesday will be
go time.
Yeah. Though usually you choose how many sets of tires you're going to run in the day. So let's say 5 sets. You do 5 qualifying attempts, and then you fulfill and you do race stuff, because that's how we plan to do it. So you see some speeds, you see some running. At the end of the day, some racing running, some cars running together, running in the draft, and it's going to be fun.
Come 5 o'clock and put some cars out there, and it starts to get, at least from just kind of the casual fan standpoint, it is fun to watch. Yeah, happy indeed.
Looks like it's going to be hot, too.
Going to be hot, too. It might rain as the week gets on. So, hey, if you got time to do it, all right, we might be sitting around doing a lot of this Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We'll see how it goes. Another break here as we roll on trackside after the IndyCar Grand Prix. Beautiful evening here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We'll be back with more on RTV6.
Here or get them to go.
IndyCar Nation continues to get their photos taken high above the victory podium. Oh, look who's here. I don't want to scream like I usually. Oh, see, I knew it. I knew it.
It's okay, one.
Liz Power, this is Will's wife. This is little Bo. Oh, what's up? You were smiling earlier. He did like.
It's bedtime almost. It's that.
It is after 6.
Witching hour, fussy time. I know. Normally he's super happy. Right now it's like he doesn't care that Daddy won.
He's the only one crying in the Power family right now.
That's right. Exactly. Yeah.
I saw you down there on pit road, as you always are for these races.
Yeah.
What did you make of this win? This was a little stressful.
This is super stressful. I chew on a water bottle.
That's your thing.
It's my thing.
Yeah.
Everyone has to have a thing.
I think it's even on social media or something like that.
It is.
Yeah.
It's got its own Twitter, which is super embarrassing. Not proud of that, but I had a special water bottle just for the start.
Really?
I was nervous for whatever reason just for the start. So I have 2.
Yeah.
And even for the 500, I don't normally have 2. But I got 2 for this one. It was an intense race.
This was big. I mean, Will, it's hard to get a big comment out of him about something like, but you know him. How big is this for him?
This is huge. He really wanted to get 200 for Roger, but May, he wanted to do the sweep. He's like really determined. It's been kind of up and down so far, but that's how racing goes. So May's special, and this is a big race to him, so this is pretty big.
Luck, it plays a big factor in racing, and let's face it, your husband hasn't had the greatest luck to start the season. He's a championship contender each and every year, so maybe this is exactly what he needs to get it kick-started here in 2018.
I think so. This definitely is a boost that he needed, and what better way to kick it off, than here. We love Indy. We lived here. Yeah. I'm a Purdue grad.
I was going to say,
right?
One of the great reasons I wanted to come have you on is that she's a Purdue girl. She's a boy.
Oh, an HSC Royal, Got to go back. So this is big and special. So yeah, I think it'll be a good month. Good for him.
Oh, by the way, happy Mother's Day.
Thank you.
A little early.
Very much. Thank you.
Enjoy the night.
Thank you.
Liz Power and little Bo, who is trying to smile. Bye. Another break as we continue our post-race coverage live here in RTV6 at ABC. Will Power, once again, a 3-time champion here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. He's hoping for another win in a couple weeks, too. Back with so much more after this.
Change for just $19.95. Meineke, on with life.
And the weather held today outside of just a couple of sprinkles there toward the end of the race, and temperatures, they were warm. Fortunately, we did have the cloud cover around. We're still in the low 80s. We've got that temperature divide, though, just into the mid 60s around Lafayette and Peru. Showers that are scooting through, really nothing more than a few sprinkles here at this point, trying to kick up some storms, but so far haven't had any luck with that. Central Indiana still, as we go through tonight, much of the area, marginal threat. Isolated severe threat there over the eastern portion of the state through the next couple of hours. But there you can see with TrueCast, I think it's later tonight that we'll start to see some of those showers and storms getting going, mainly over the northern third of the state. And then to start off Mother's Day, those will kind of sink down to the south and give us at least a soggy start to the day. A few showers and storms into the afternoon. 7-day planning forecast for you here. Not a washout for Mother's Day. It will be warm, though, as we get to 85, even warmer on Monday. A high of 90. That would be a record. That daily chance of showers and thunderstorms going to continue here the next several days with highs in the 80s and lows in the 60s. Let's send you back trackside with Brad Brown.
Kyle Mounts, thank you very much. Some of the fans hanging around here as the track invasion continues after the IndyCar Grand Prix. Now just 15 days and counting to the 102nd Indianapolis 500. We are indeed back here trackside on our post-race special. Driver analyst Tony Kanaan joining us here. Cooler than it could have been today. It was supposed to be kind of hot. Did you kind of manage the temperature a little bit there? Okay,
it was awesome.
Yeah.
I have to say, it was supposed to be 88, and it was 79 when we started the race. And actually, in the last 10 laps, we had some little rain.
Little drop there?
Yeah, little drops in my visor.
We saw the rain tires get rolled out as the team started to kind of get that.
Yeah,
Everybody was on.
It was in the edge there, but yeah, it was honestly a cloudy day. But for us as drivers, it's a perfect weather. So
good deal.
It was just not a perfect day for me.
Well, you know, let's recap the day again real quick. At one point, kind of had to work your way almost from the back of the pack there.
Yeah, we went dead last, so with 10 to go, we still passed 6 cars and finished 14th. So there's so much we can do with 10 laps.
You talked about the car being good, and you're kind of looking forward to getting out to it on Tuesday there. Kind of take me back, I guess, what did you learn would have been at Phoenix from the oval race there? And it's a whole different setup there, but you got the kind of operation there that can get something out of that?
What people don't realize, which is kind of weird, my Phoenix car, it's my Indy car.
Okay.
And that has been since 2013, which I won. So for some reason, there is some similarities there, and I don't know why. It works here. It's a mile oval against, you know,
the big one, right?
The big one, a super speeder, no banking.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know, for some reason it works, and then those 2 tracks are really good to me. So
but just go with it.
Yeah, well, why not?
Okay. All right. We're going to kind of let you go here. Plans for the evening? You got a couple.
We have a big meeting going on right now.
Well, yeah.
We're gonna have a come to Jesus, and then we're gonna have pizza. You guys can come over.
Hey, Dave First is here. Look, Dave First finally made it down from victory podium.
I'm sorry. You say something about pizza?
Let's go have pizza in my house. Can I take this chair because I just I came here in a bad mood. Now I'm in a good mood
Because of the chair.
Of course.
Because of the new chair.
Of course.
Hey, hang in there. I know better things are ahead this month for you.
You know what? I mean, by tomorrow comes, will be over. I mean, again, it's just race. It's a race. So.
Hey, but I'll tell you, where this team, I'm going to gloat a little bit, where this team is now compared to where it was even towards the end of 2017, I think is night and day, and it's due in large part because of your leadership and Eric Cowden and the guys you brought on.
No, thank you. I agree, but it's hard to swallow sometimes when you're doing so good, especially for a little thing. But it is what it is. We'll make it better.
Right.
Good.
Pizza time.
That's all I got.
All right, Dave First approves. All right.
Dave's paying.
TK's got to get to dinner. First is going to order some pizza. We'll get out of here. Hey, good luck the week goes on here. Yeah, that's it. Driver analyst Tony Kanaan.
Next week.
See you Tuesday.
Every day.
Right?
Monday, Sunday. No, tomorrow. We're working tomorrow.
Are we?
I am.
Oh, I don't know.
We're working.
We'll sort it out. Okay, take a break. Come back. We're going to recap the highlights and hear from more of the drivers as our Trackside 6 post-race special continues here from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
RTV6, working for you.
Hey, we're back.
Foyt called. I'm not invited to the pizza party.
Yeah, you're out. Oh,
I didn't know that.
Sorry. AJ declined.
Roger invited me on the plane, though.
Ooh, hey now. Better party.
There we go.
We're going to Charlotte tonight.
There we go.
Brad Brown, Dave First back here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Will Power, the winner of the IndyCar Grand Prix here this afternoon. In the grand scheme of things, pretty dominating performance from the number 12 team.
Okay, so I was helping call things on the radio network, the IMS radio network, Mark Janes, the whole gang.
Great show today, by the way. Great show.
Did you listen?
Very nice.
It was a lot of fun. It was fun to join those guys. The remarkable thing is, when they came in for that final set of pit stops, Will was a good 7 laps ahead of where they thought they would be. He really had to go into some fuel conservation to make it to the end. Even at the last couple laps, I talked to John Buslog, who was calling the race for Will. I said, man, can you make it or not? He goes, oh yeah, we can make it. And then he got off the radio and he goes, yeah, we're like this. I don't know. But a tremendous job. Everyone outside of Matthias Lace, I think everyone made it on that final pit stop.
Had to get 25 laps on those guys out of that last tank of fuel, if I'm not mistaken. Out of that.
It did a wonderful job. Yeah,
really impressive. Take a look at some of the highlights. Let's get to it here at the 5th running of the IndyCar Grand Prix at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. There is the pole sitter Will Power getting suited up at the front of the line. Sebastian Bourdais already had a win this season, and right from the start, everybody made it through turn 1, and then it got interesting.
Well, turn 1's fine. Yeah, you get through turn 1. Hey, we're good. Wait a minute.
Yep.
No.
Jordan King in the dirt. Simon Pagenaud drove out of it. You got to give Pagenaud a little credit for making it through there. Then they kept going, and then there's another look at it. Pagenaud got turned around. King was done. You see him get caught in the sand trap over there. They had to wave a little caution, bring him out, bring him back through. Then Spencer Pigot got airborne. A couple of turns later, a little contact with Takuma Sato. Pigot does a 360. Managed to keep it going, though. Just that kind of day.
Looked like Robbie Gordon's truck series all of a sudden.
The early pit stops, tire strategy. Wickens goes with the faster tires and makes a pass for the lead.
Well, we kind of knew going into this, the tire strategy was going to be really key. The blacks just didn't perform like drivers and teams wanted. The red tire was the way to go. So if you got on the blacks, you had to get off them as quickly as you could.
Graham Rahal got a chance to lead some laps, then back to Will Power. Great sequence here. This was on lap number 51.
Yeah, that was essentially the pass for the win.
Yep.
We didn't know it at the time, but once Will Power got on those reds, man, was he quick.
Still had 35 to go. Power out in front. Then, a little bit later, Sebastian Bourdais and Joseph Newgarden. Newgarden, maybe going for something that wasn't there. A little bump. A little out. This was a battle for, I believe, 4th at the time.
This changed the race.
And then here's the final pit stop that Dave was talking about earlier. The race out, it was Will Power by about a nose.
It was about a 6.5-second stop for Scott Dixon. Those guys were absolutely tremendous to get Scott Dixon on the podium after starting 18th today.
Great effort, but ultimately it's that number 12 Verizon car doing it again. 3rd win in the IndyCar Grand Prix for Will Power. We heard from him. There's Liz, Team Penske, celebrating there. We heard from the top 2. Bourdais, though, when we were done, caught up with him afterwards. He had the cold towel out, dehydrated, worn out, but a 4th place finish for Seb.
It was actually tricky today. It was really tricky to follow. I was loose most of the race, and then when I was getting behind someone, I was just losing enough grip that I really couldn't quite close the gap. Will was sensational on the primes, and I don't really have a good answer, but I could barely keep up with him on the reds, and I knew when that happened and we spent the entire stint in dirty air, I knew that wasn't good news. So I allowed a bunch of guys to close the gap on us, and when I saw Joseph, freezing on us, it was like, oh my God, that's never gonna work. And I tried to defend best I could, and I guess I did. It was a good thing I did, because he made a mistake, tried to rush it a little bit, and next thing you know, he's sideways and spun, and we hold our position, and then we lost a spot in the pits, but I don't think we had anything for Dixie either. So the car was really good on the brand new reds at the end, but I was a little toast as well. So not the greatest day for me, but the boys did a really good job.
All right, here we are. Good finish for
Simon Pagenaud.
We
Come
got,
on over
we got
here.
the Penske guys
Come
coming in here. Get in here, Pagenaud.
What are you doing?
Come over here. What is going on? You're just running. We're live. You're running around
Jordan
here
King spin
aimlessly. We just watched you an outstanding first lap of the day for you there.
Well, you could watch more funnier videos, or you could have better pastimes than that.
That's on ABC.
Yeah, America's Funniest Home Videos. The luck you've had this season has been...
we're live.
Oh, yeah, we're live on Channel 6. We're just wrapping up the IndyCar Grand Prix coverage here on RTV6 at ABC. But the luck you've had this season, or the bad luck you've had this season, it's unbelievable, man.
Yeah, it is. I'm going to go buy a black cat. I'm going to drive on the ladders. I'm going to do everything you're not supposed to do.
Yeah.
Maybe they will just switch it around. But it is what it is. I mean, at the end of the day, I got to do my job. I got to focus. We have a big race coming up, and maybe Faith is going to be with me this time for the big one coming up.
I was going to say, you finished 8th. Maybe it's all going to turn around. Your performances on ovals have changed dramatically in the last couple of years. So I would think there is an air of confidence. Certainly, if you drive for Roger Penske, you're going to have it here. But there's got to be an air of confidence heading into the oval next week.
Yeah, we had a really good test here a week ago.
2 weeks ago, yeah.
2 weeks ago. Schedule is crazy right now. So.
It's May.
Yeah.
That's all we know.
And the car was really good. I think Chevy's made major improvement as well on the power level of the engine. So I think we're gonna have a shot. But yeah, I mean, you have some luck on your side. So hopefully I do have some.
And by the way, you have Elio back with you for the rest of the month.
Yes.
Is that a good or a bad thing?
Yeah. Well, today I wish he wasn't there. Maybe I wouldn't have got hit in the back. But
he got you in the back?
No, Jordan King got me.
Yeah. I see. I see
the video.
Yeah.
Did you not?
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, a little bumper car
going on. We were making fun of Elio.
No, Elio is cool. He's always a pleasure to be on the team. He still belongs here. He still has it. We raced hard at the end, and he was super fast. And I kind of hope he gets his 4th, but I want to get my first before him.
First things first, get the first. Thanks, brother. Thanks for coming by. Simon Pagenaud.
Nice job, Simon. Thank you, brother.
I'm just picking up my golf cart. That's it.
Okay. All right. Save me a seat.
Someone pick up Simon Pagenaud.
We'll catch a ride.
Let's hear from his teammate, meanwhile, Joseph Newgarden. Joseph, man, I thought we were going to have a top 10 car, maybe a top 5. Instead, he comes home 11th after the late spin with Bourdais.
Ask about the incident first. What kind of happened down there?
I just made a mistake with Bourdais. I got a little impatient trying to pass him. He was blocking a lot and tried to force the issue on him into 12, and he went pretty deep and we just touched, so probably just got too greedy on my part trying to make it happen. I probably should have waited a little bit, but that's racing. You learn from mistakes, hopefully, and we had a good car. I think we had a second and third place car today, so threw that away for sure.
Does it matter, guys trying to make something out of nothing today? A lot of guys just trying to find that one position here and there.
Yeah, I mean, you're scrapping. It's IndyCar. You're always scrapping and trying to get as much as you can. So just not enough today. I mean, I think we had a good car. The Verizon car was quick enough. I think Will ultimately would have gotten us. He was better, but you know, a podium was in the shout, so it's disappointing when you ruin that.
Any surprises out of this new car when you got it out there in race trim and race mode now?
No, not really, but pretty similar race to last year, which is good. I thought the race was good, so you know, it's always good to be around the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Kid was clearly frustrated when we talked to him down there. He was talking to Tim Cindric after he got out of the car, and he said, "I screwed up, you know, on the bump down there, the spin." He went for something that wasn't there. They've got the kind of car that #1 car could be out in front on the 27th of May quite a bit.
He's always struggled for some reason in this race. His best finish was 11th coming in. Where does he finish today? 11th. There should have been a top 5 car. The good news is, though, for Joseph, is that there you go. Au revoir, Simon. He still has a 2-point lead in the championship, 2 better than Alexander Rossi.
Real quick, we've heard from all of the top finishers. 3rd place, Robert Wickens. Great run today for the young Canadian.
Yeah,
we got some sound from Robert. Let's hear from that real quick.
It was a good, hard fight. I mean, even on the contrary, on the first stint there when I was on Reds and he was on Blacks, we fought hard, but it was fair. And you know, I always like to give people the same respect that they give me. And he gave me more than enough space, so I felt like I kind of had to do the same thing. But it was a great race. Just unfortunately, I was hoping to have a bit more pace there on the Blacks to maybe hold them off a bit longer, but it just didn't happen.
Kid's going to win a race before the season's done. He's going to get one.
It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. We're going to wrap things up here. So much more tonight on the news at 11 o'clock. Thanks for hanging with us. Of course, the ABC broadcast began at 3:30. We came on afterwards at 6. We have continuing coverage throughout the course of the month of May here. RTV6 news specials roll on here. Trackside 6, a tradition started by the late, great Tom Carnegie decades ago. Back to wrap things up. Back downtown after this.